be afraid to grow. Let me say it again. You can't be afraid to grow. Good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for not giving up on yourself. Thank you for reminding yourself, I have been given another day. Having been given another day, it is also an opportunity for you to tell yourself, I can now go back at it again and give my best effort to today. Good morning to each and every one of you. Today, I'm going to give my best effort. That's what I want you to start your day off with. Today, I'm going to give my best effort. Now, can you imagine if every day you're working on trying to give your best effort? Ooh. Can you imagine what the end of this year will end up being like when you look back and say, you know what, boy, have I grown. Ooh, have I gotten better. I'm going to give my best effort to today. Can I get each of you to say that this morning? Declare it with confidence. I'm going to give my best effort to today. God's given me today. Now that he has given me today, I'm not going to disappoint him. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to give my best effort today. Thank you for putting it in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes you just got to say it out loud. Sometimes you just got to say it out loud. Sometimes you got to write it down. Sometimes you just got to post it. Sometimes you have to just play it repeatedly in your heart. Sometimes you just got to play it repeatedly in your mind. You got to remind yourself every day is an opportunity for me to give my best effort. You're never going to have no side story come from me. Listen, I'm going to let these gray in my beard work itself out to being wisdom. Wisdom in that of knowing that every day is an opportunity to begin again. Let me say it again. Somebody's writing that down. Every day is an opportunity to begin again. So if every day is an opportunity to begin again, why not make a commitment to put your best foot forward? That's the reason why I said I'm going to give my best effort. So thank you for joining me this morning. It's day 21. And if you haven't been writing down what you're going to do every day, if you have not been making clear what your week should be about, chances are this week is going to come and go and you would have not done anything significant. You got to remind yourself, man, don't allow yourself to let a day, a week, or a month go by without you continuing to chip and make progress on becoming the person that you're capable of becoming every day. Every day. Remind yourself there is always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. I don't care what you have accomplished so far. Remind yourself there is always room for improvement. I'm working on me. I'm working on me. I'm working on me. I'm working on me. Now, here's the deal. Somebody will be pissed. Somebody's going to be frustrated. Somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to hate. Somebody's going to have some kind of bad energy in relations to you. But you got to remind yourself you can't please everybody. Okay? You can't please everybody. And as long as you get the chance to do your best in knowing that what you are about, God is pleased. Let me tell you something. That's an ambassador. You're an effective living ambassador. Your goal is to live life to the fullest every day. I'm going to die one day. We all will. And the truth is, when we die, we won't have another chance to give our best effort. That's why I believe it's important for us to make a commitment every day to give our best effort. Now, you guys know I have Rotary this morning, so I'm not going to be before you long, but please practice journaling. I have not been writing down as much as I should, but I'm going to commit to this even more. Let's all commit to it. So on Friday, I'm wanting to have the Q&A. I want to answer the questions. Any questions you have about this journey, and more specifically about dreaming big and how you can win and what you have to do to overcome what you need to overcome to get to where you're trying to go, throw the questions out to me. Friday morning, it's going to be live, and I'm inviting someone to go ahead and ask me the question. So if you're one of those people who want to be willing to just come live on with me, ask me a few questions, any questions. I'm going to be honest with you. If I don't know it, I don't know it. But I think I've gone through a lot, and I think God has given me some really good answers to help people on their effective living journey. This morning, I want you to write this down. I want you to maybe post this, and maybe put it on the bulletin board at work. Stick it on a sticky note on your computer. I want you to own this statement today, and somebody's going to ask you about it, and it's going to be an opportunity for you to teach what you've learned. And that is the topic today. Ladies and gentlemen, are you listening? The topic today is, if you play small, you will stay small. Yep. If you play small, okay? If you play small, you will stay small. Ooh, I'm trying to help somebody. If you play small, you will stay small. Now, here's the deal. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and all that dwell therein. All of us have potential. All of us have potential, but unfortunately, some of us have been taught, some of us have been in an environment, some of us have been affiliated with small for so long, we don't even know how to level up. This is my season to level up. How many of you could say that? Kimara, can you say that? This is my season to level up. Come on, man. Come on, Miss Cynthia. This is my season to level up. Leveling up demands that you push the envelope a little bit further. When we talk about dreaming big and winning, you got to push yourself where you have not pushed yourself before. This whole week, every session, I found myself saying these words: I'm not settling. I'm not settling. Now, here's the deal. If you play small, you're going to stay small. But the problem is, we've become accustomed to playing small. We have become accustomed to playing small, and you and I have to get better. We have to get better at breaking out of the rut, breaking out of the familiar, deciding to go where we have not gone before. That's the only way you're going to be able to maximize your potential. You're going to have to get out of the seat of comfortableness, and you're going to have to shake yourself, remind yourself, demand of yourself, I can do this. I can do this. How many of you are going to write that in the comment section right now? Do it. Come on. I can do this. I can do this. I must do it. You know why? My legacy depends on it. There is a work that I must do in the earth, and it demands that I break out of small practices. Small practices has brought me to where I am now. I want to go to the next level. I can't keep doing what I'm doing and go to the next level. If who I was capable of getting me where I need to be, I would have been there for a while. So I'm so appreciative to those of you that are a part of the community that have been okay with trying something different. I appreciate each of you that has made a commitment to let these morning sessions push you a little bit further. push you a little bit further. It is the will of God for you to get better. It's the will of God for you to elevate and go where you haven't gone before in regards to maximizing your potential. Here's the deal: comfort is the enemy. Okay? Let me say that again. Comfort is the enemy. Okay? So you're going to have to push yourself beyond what you become accustomed to. I can do this. With the help of God, I'm going to do this. Okay? I'm your coach. I'm Coach Ricardo Miller. I'm assigned to you in this season. Now, the question is, will you be prepared to break out of the rut and move that small, practical way of doing things to get yourself to the promised land? There is a better place God has for you. The place where you've resided for a while was okay, but now it's time to go to the next level. Now it's time to go to the next level. And so what I want to say to you is you're going to have to start committing to going after the bigger picture that's been in your spirit, but you keep dumbing down. You keep suppressing the greatness within. You know there's more in you, but you haven't been willing to pay the price. You haven't been willing to pay the price. Let me say this with confidence. There is a price that has to be paid. There is a price that has to be paid. You cannot ignore the price. And if you're not prepared to pay the price, if you're not prepared to put in the work, if you're not prepared to go the extra mile, if you're not prepared to do what it takes to get to where God has destined you to go, you'll never get to see the manifestation of it. So I want to remind you, it starts with vision, writing down what's the desires of your heart. What's the desires of my heart? During your prayer time, speak to me, Lord. Help me to identify the desires of my heart. Then I want you to do is I want you to start writing down and dream, imagine, and capture what can I do with the life that I've been given? What can I do with the next season of my life? What can I do with the rest of my life? You can get a degree. You can start a business. You can write a book. Come on. You can establish a platform. Hello? Come on. You can start a ministry. You can start a nonprofit. Hello. I mean, you can have rental properties. You can become a government official. I mean, you can become a local government officer. You can become a principal. You can become an entrepreneur. There's so much. There's so much. You can become an entertainer. You can become a leader. You are destined to do something significant in the earth. But the way that's going to come forth is that you have to not allow yourself to continue to play small. You have to allow yourself not to continue to play small. Years ago, I started a children's program. And when I launched the program, one of the things I remember was that I knew that playing small was not the way to dominate. If you're going to dominate, you cannot play small. So right off the bat, not only did I move from trying to have a children's program in a small classroom at the church that I attended at the time, I requested permission to use an entire school. We kicked off the program at that school, and I pushed the envelope a little bit more and asked, can I use more schools? Only to find myself at the height of my program before I left, I was in 9 schools. And they was asking me, how are you doing 9 schools per week? That was like the equivalent of 9 campuses. Okay, that was 9 campuses. And then I pushed the envelope a little bit and I said, you know what? I want to do some events that was different. One of the events, Pastor Claire, I don't know if you remember this, one of the events was called our parade. It was the Abo Kids, Jamal, it was called the Abo Kids Club Parade. Yeah. And I remember going to the government requesting them to close the street for us to use Robinson Road. For those of you in the Bahamas, in Nassau more specifically, use Robinson Road, and we had marching bands. I invited marching bands, and I invited all of the different programs that I had at the different schools, and we were doing the thing like it hadn't been done before, like that. Not no independent organization having a marching band slash a parade and having a mini fair. I went ahead and hosted a black tie affair. I decided to push the envelope a little bit and took 50 kids, 50 kids to the United States, brought 50 kids from the Bahamas to Dallas. We drove in from Fort Lauderdale, the big shuttle bus, rented a bus. I wasn't playing small. Wasn't playing small. We took over. Listen. We took over that little small American Eagle that was coming out of Nassau. They had to put some of us on one flight, and we took over one of the planes. When we were going back, the challenge for us is, ladies and gentlemen, is for us to move beyond our comfort zone and remind ourselves someone is going to do it big. Why not me? Can you ask that question? Think about it. Think about it. Someone is going to do it big. Why not me? Years ago, I started that organization. It took off, and it took me places I never imagined that I would go. It helped me to become who I am today. I remember having moved to the United States. I was in a store, a t-shirt store. I've always liked t-shirts. Pastor Claire, you knew for years I've always done t-shirts. Prior to coming to the United States, I always believe in branding and t-shirts and getting the word out. I believe that, here's the deal, people can support what people don't know. I really believe that with my whole heart. Let me say it again. People can't support what people don't know. So I can remember starting off doing t-shirts. All of my kids at the different campuses that I was working with had t-shirts, and the teams had t-shirts. But I moved to the United States, and I'm doing it in children's ministry, and I'm national, and I'm an influencer. And I walked into a t-shirt company one time, and they had all of these shirts on the wall. And with the shirts on the wall, they had the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, and they had a number of pictures of Michael Jackson on the pictures on the shirt. And then they had the President of the United States. We had just had Barack Obama had just been elected President of the United States. And then they had the Queen of Soul. And then they had the King of, they had James Brown, and they had Michael Jordan. There was a wall full of, and they had Bob Marley and all of that. And I said to the lady, where's the minister? Where's the minister on the wall? I'm a minister. She said, minister got no shirt. Minister got no shirt. I said, a minister, Angela. I said, a minister should have a shirt. Linda, I said, a minister should have a shirt. And I said, you know what? Give me that shirt right there. I bought one of the shirts, went to my print guy, went to my t-shirt guy. I think I can almost pull it up. Went to my t-shirt guy and said to him, I said, hey, can you produce this shirt for me? Can you produce this shirt for me? And ladies and gentlemen, I said, can you produce this shirt for me? And he said yes. He said yes. Okay. And I had him produce the shirt, and I was about to do a mega conference. Hundreds of children's ministry leaders. I was one of the keynote speakers, and I thought, man, I'm gonna sell this shirt. It's gonna be unlike nobody else's shirt. I bought 250 of the shirts. Went to the conference. Miss Carol, I went to the conference with the shirt. Rolled the shirts in the room, had the wrap on them and everything. I got some help with rolling the shirts. Got to my session, first session before I did the keynote session. And I thought, I need to sell these shirts. But then I got a little fearful because the shirt had my picture on it. Now, let me tell you, look at this. I found the logo. See it? See it? And it says, Ricardo Miller, the children's ministry guy. Ricardo Miller, the children's ministry guy. Y'all can see it. And it had 9 pictures, just like the other design that had Barack Obama and had Whitney Houston and had Michael Jordan. I had them made one up for me. And I took that shirt to the conference. And the first session, I didn't throw out any. I just left it there and did my session. I was afraid. And then the next session, I said, let me throw out a few. I threw out a few, ladies and gentlemen. I threw out a few of the shirts. Mother Katie, I threw out a few of the shirts. And people said, hey, can I get one of those shirts? Well, I gave away all the shirts that was in that workshop. Then I did the general session. And as I was doing the general session, I brought out all my shirts and I started throwing them out to the crowd. And the crowd was erupting and I was teaching my points and they were enjoying my session. And behold, I'm heading to the airport. And this group of 5 children's ministry leaders were wearing my shirt. And they said, there's the guy who's on the shirt. Can you take a picture with us? And I took a picture with them. Went back to my t-shirt guy with confidence that I should print more of those shirts. I printed hundreds of those shirts and distributed them all over the place. I had to get to the point of moving beyond being afraid. Hey, listen, man. If you're going to be who God created you to be, you can't be afraid to put your picture on a shirt. I remember when I told somebody, I'm putting my picture on the book. Like, oh, you shouldn't how dare you put your picture on the book? But I said, hold on. Billy Graham is on his book. Joyce Meyer is on her book. T.D. Jakes is on his book. Come on, Michelle Obama is on her book. I mean, why can't I be on my book? And I remember there were a few people who were close to me. I don't think you should be on your book. Maybe there were some people who think, who do he think he is putting his pictures on a shirt? Who does he think he is? Man, I'm the children's ministry guy. At the time, that's what I was claiming. I'm the children's ministry guy. I'm here today to tell you, if you play small, you'll stay small. Guess what? I did not only become the children's ministry guy, I became a leading children's ministry guy, if not the most premier African-American or person of color when it comes to children's ministry in that season, because I was willing to chip and chip and chip and chip and climb and climb and climb and climb and grow and grow and grow and grow. And I'm here today to tell you, you cannot be afraid to go where you haven't gone before. You cannot be afraid to do a little bit more than you've done to get to where you're needing to be. Your destiny demands that you break out of playing small. So Megs, I printed the shirt. The shirt was extremely popular to the point it was on my website. People started buying the shirt, especially when I would go to their churches to speak. They said, we want your shirt. Good God Almighty, what an encouraging, inspiring moment that was for me. When the truth of the matter is, when the shirt was picked up from the shop, I was afraid to distribute the shirt. I was concerned that people would think all kinds of things about me. But the truth is, if you're going to do anything of significance, there's going to be a little fear. There's going to be a little concern. But you have to remind yourself of what you're dreaming or aspiring to do. And let me tell you something, when you're dreaming and aspiring to impact nations of the world, you're going to have to be prepared to book stadiums. You're going to have to be prepared to sell millions of books. You're going to have to be prepared to sign contracts that's bigger than what you have initially ever signed. It's amazing how we would celebrate someone else's t-shirt and wear their shirt, buy their book, go to their conference, buy their CD, go watch their movie, everything. Watch this, y'all. Everything of significance that is being celebrated in the earth is attached to somebody. All of these things that's produced. So somebody's book is bestseller and someone is on the cover of it. Somebody has a television program and they're the main character of it. There's airlines that has been branded around individuals. Okay? Listen, man, there is resorts that have been built, branded around individuals. There are companies that have been built, branded around individuals. Come on, man. Neighborhoods, they say, listen, this is certain such person fashion. This is certain such architect. In other words, you could push this thing so far that you become the standard for a thing. You can push this thing so far that you become the standard for a thing. So Even with my coaching program, I aim not to be like anyone else. I just want to be the best version of me. Every day I'm working on being the best version of me. I'm not trying to be Tony Robbins. I'm not trying to be Eric Thomas. I'm not trying to be Gary Vee. I'm trying to be Ricardo Miller. And I know there's going to be a day I'm going to hit the pulse of viral. I'm going to hit the pulse of mega. I'm going to hit the pulse of millions. I'm going to hit the pulse of nations. But it first starts with me being faithful and willing to do the work in becoming a master at my craft. I have to be willing to do the work to become the person qualified to sustain and maintain global. I have been global before in another space, under another message. Now it's all about life management. And I believe that there are a lot of people who need effective living. Faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. So many people's lives are out of whack. It's not a slogan. It's a commitment. I'm creating a life I don't need to take a vacation from. I'm an effective living ambassador. I like who I am. I like what I do. I'm liking where I'm heading. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss me tomorrow. We're going to answer some questions. We're going to dive into it because every day the goal is to get better. By the end of this year, every single one of you that's been following this platform and committed to doing the work, you're not going to be where you are. You're going to be so much further than you've ever been. And you're going to like who you're becoming. And you're going to like the fact that you have chosen to do the work. And because you committed to stop playing small, you decided to get better, and better made you shift in a lot of areas of your life. So guess what? Everything's about to shift for you for the better. Hey, every bit of you is going to change for the better. And you got to know it's all about glorifying God. It's all about putting that best foot forward so God can be glorified. This is not a selfish act. This is a kingdom act. The Bible says in the Bible says in Genesis chapter 1, be fruitful, multiply, subdue, dominate. Come on, subdue, dominate, multiply. You are responsible to maximizing your potential. You are responsible for leaving a legacy. If up to this point you haven't done anything of significance with your life, you were in the right place. You've connected with me at the right time. Let's do this together. We're going to make the rest of our lives the best of our lives. Say this with me in closing. I'm going to make the best of my life. I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. Come on, say that with me. I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. Don't miss tomorrow. It's Q&A Friday with Coach Ricardo Miller. Have a great day, guys. Make it a fun one. Bye-bye.